when I was starting out at a club in Harlem. Monk was playing also. So we were playing, it's probably, maybe the term would be opening for Monk, something like that, you might say. At any rate, I think that's the first time I met Monk, and Monk was very, he's very unassuming guy, and I think he liked my playing. I mean, he indicated to me that he liked my playing, and so I think that's the first time that I met Monk. And then as I was getting older and getting into the business more, why, then I began coming in contact more with Monk.
Aidan, how and why was Thelonious Monk such an important influence on Sonny Rollins?
Well, it can't be overstated how much of an influence Thelonious Monk was on Sonny Rollins. And to start off, before he met Monk, he heard Monk. Sonny first encountered Monk when Monk recorded in 1944 on Coleman Hawkins' Drifting on a Reed. And the other side of that would be Flying Hawk. And he noticed him immediately. Monk is not given much solo time on these sides. It's a 78, so there wasn't much time. But something stuck out. Sonny loved the way that Monk could synthesize the entire tradition of the piano. And we're talking from Chopin to James P. Johnson. And he had that stride piano style in his playing. He had that harmonic sense that we can only call monkish right from the start. His rhythmic concept, just brilliant. So Sonny heard that, and he heard him through Hawkins, who was his early saxophone idol. Later on, Sonny got an opportunity to meet Monk through his friend Lowell Lewis. And Lowell Lewis was a trumpet player who was in the early group that Sonny had with his friends in Sugar Hill called the Counts of Bob. And Lowell Lewis was the first to join Monk's band. So Lewis started mentioning things to Monk about Sonny and essentially got him into the group. So before long, Sonny was taking the train downtown to go to Monk's place and practicing in his apartment. And from there, I mean, they just had a beautiful relationship. Monk was quite a bit older, and in a sense, a kind of father figure to Sonny, but they were also, musical peers in a way. I mean, they made some of the greatest recordings in the history of jazz. Now, Sonny also came to think of Monk as his guru, so there was a spiritual connection there as well. Sometimes Sonny would go to Monk's and they could just sit in the room not saying anything to each other, and there would be
one of these kids that was real
spiritual. There'd be a kind of spiritual transmission, I think. And I think in one of these meetings, Monk turned to Sonny and said, man, if there wasn't music in this world wouldn't be shit. But they just had this connection. So you can hear that all throughout those recordings that they made. And I know that Monk had such a strong influence on Sonny still to this day.
Yeah, I think for Sonny, the acceptance of Thelonious Monk boosted his confidence, definitely, when he was starting out.